Good morning, y'all. It's Terry. I wanted to pop in this morning. Tomorrow at 8 p.m., that's on Tuesday, we're going to be doing the fall themed centerpiece for the table out of items from the local dollar store. I don't know what the dollar store is called where everybody lives here. It used to be called Everything's a Buck, and now it's called Dollar Tree. Everything you buy in the whole store is $1. Well, that's where I went to get the supplies because especially for our first one here, we'll do a more in-depth designer one if y'all decide you want to, and it's popular. But I wanted to in the beginning to let people know you can do this and you don't have to spend a lot of money. I was in the dollar store for 5 or 6 minutes. I needed to run in for some receipt books for one of our massage therapists, and I'm like, well, I'm going to grab some floral supplies for the centerpiece making class. So I'm going to turn the phone over and show you what I picked up. Yours doesn't have to be anything like these, but I'm going to tell you why I selected the ones that I selected. I probably won't use them all. Like I said, I was in the store just 5, 6, 7 minutes max, and part of that was in line because I just wanted to get something to show that anybody can get anything to do it, and we'll be able to make the supplies with it. Good morning, Candy. Let me see if I can turn the phone around now. If you're going to participate or just if you're going to watch, there's going to be a few things that you absolutely will need. This is the wrong thing. Just saw it. This is called dry foam. This is actually 4 pieces of dry foam, but normally you would get 1 piece of dry foam and it would be maybe even a little bit longer than this, but about this size. And so you need that. They have 2 kinds. One is a darker, brighter green, and look at the label because it'll say wet foam, but this one is floral foam. And it's a dry foam, so that's the one you need. And what you really need is 1 big piece, but we can just as well use these individual pieces, so I'm not going to stress over it. But and some type of container. This is not exactly what I wanted, but this is going to be cute. I got this Dollar Tree, $1, and because I wanted to do an elongated arrangement, if you can see that, that's a kind of just a clear bowl. And because my bowl is clear, had it been green or brown or any other color, I may or may not have needed this, but I grabbed a bag of Spanish moss. They had some really cute balls of moss and things there too that I started to get, but I was trying to keep the budget down. But what I'll do after I put the foam in, which I'll hot glue in here, I will fill up the outer edges of the bowl with this moss to where you won't be able to see the foam. And you can hot glue that in, or you can tape that down. That doesn't matter. We'll go over that at the time. But what does matter at this point, if you're going to a dollar store, like a $1 store like I did, where each of the flowers are $1, you'll end up with more individual sets of flowers. If you're going to go get it at Dollar General, they could go either way, or Family Dollar, whatever. If you're going to go to Walmart, you can go to Hobby Lobby if you want to and get fancy ones, but I'm going to do that on a more advanced tutorial. Right now we're just trying to see how inexpensively we can make something cute. But you need to pick out 2 or 3 something talls. So if you look at this, and I didn't have these match. It would be nice if these did match, but I didn't have these match because I wanted a little bit of variety, because we're going to cut them up anyway. But if you were buying the $3 ones somewhere, you would just need to get 1. But I'm using the $1 one, so I got 4. Actually, I meant to get 3, but I liked 4. Then you're going to need what's going to be your main flower. And I thought these were really cute. These are sunflowers, but the center of it is a pine cone. So these are going to be the main, most important flowers of my centerpiece. So you're going to want these to be something very pretty, and normally something large. You can go, you know, depending on the size of your container, you can go up to, you know, the size of your hand open in this sort of way for your biggest blossom. And if you're buying the $3 sets, they're often going to have a bigger flower and then smaller ones, which will work in your favor. You usually need one most important flower and one almost as important of a flower. So these are another large flower that are going to be a main flower in my centerpiece. And that's because I wanted something just a little bit wild, more out there. This is also a different type of daisy. So you want to get at least 2 to 3 stems of some kind of flower that's going to be the main flower that you want your centerpiece to look like, that's got some decent sized blossoms on it. So I ended up with 2 different ones that I'm going to mix up in there because I was afraid I was getting too dark with my other colors that you'll see here. I wanted my main flower, and then I wanted something to lighten it up. So that's why that's my second main flower. Then you want what are sort of or known as filler flowers. These are a little bit smaller and will go in the arrangement a little bit deeper to give it some deeper color inside. Somehow or another I only made it home with one of these, but these both do the same thing. So you're going to want 2 or 3, either one bunch of, this would be like the baby's breath if you were getting the traditional look of roses, but 2 or 3 stems if you're getting the $1 ones, or one set of something that has tiny little flowers on it up to this size, but the tiny ones are good too. You're going to want 1 $3 set or 3 $1 sets of those, and then you're going to want some leaves. And you can mix and match your leaves and do some green ones, or you can do these fall colored ones, which is what I'm going to do because there's still some green leaves that are coming in on my flowers themselves, and we're going to use those. So those are the main things, and these will cover up the majority of your bowl when we work on it. I got 3 sets of leaves, so again, if you get one $3 one or more expensive, that may have plenty. I've got 3 of the small ones. The last thing, there's the name of the store I went to. The last thing that you're really going to need is, and I didn't have exactly what I wanted to find here, and the Dollar Tree didn't have it, or I would have picked it up when I was there, but they normally do, is a pair of wire cutters. These are my wire cutters. Candy, you may remember these. I have had these since 1998 or 96. I've had these about 20 years. I had another pair just like them that the bottoms got wore off of. But anyways, these are real good. Those are $30 or $40. You don't need that unless you're going to cut a lot of flowers. And this is not exactly what you need. This is a tiny one for jewelry. But they have a thing that looks sort of like this, flat on the end and semi-pointed, flat that way, that, and it'll say wire cutter, and it's just about this size, a little bit bigger than your hand. Grab one out of your husband's toolbox, grab one at the Dollar Tree, grab one at Walmart, wherever you go, because we're going to cut these individual stems off of, I'll show you, we'll do them at different lengths, but we're going to cut these individual stems off of these arrangements and use them individually in our piece. Now you can comment on this post, and you will get live alerts from us when we do that broadcast. It's going to be Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, and I hope to see you then. What I want you to do now is run down to the dollar store, whatever is closest to your house, Dollar General, Dollar Tree, Dollar Family Dollar, Walmart, you know. If you're rolling in the dough, go on to Michael's or Hobby Lobby. If that's close to you, that's over, we live in a rural area, so that's over an hour away. Go someplace that's near your house and pick out some larger flowers that you like to be your main flower, some dry foam. This could be a plate, it doesn't matter. Some kind of something to put it in. Use something you have at your house already, because that's the least important part of what we're going to do. Some kind of cutter, some leaves, some tiny flowers, and some long, skinny, sticky outy things. And if you want to, grab some pine cones from your yard to lay around it. It really doesn't matter. We can do more of that in the next batch. Go and get that stuff today. Doesn't matter where or how. Pick out your favorite color, grab it, and have this stuff together tomorrow evening, and we're going to do this together, and we're going to have a good time. I appreciate you. See you then. You'll be proud of yourself. And that's what makes the world go round here, is feeling like you're doing something creative, enjoying yourself, and being proud of what you're going to provide for the table of your family or give it to somebody for a gift. But thanks for joining me. Bye.